Hey there. Welcome to the vlog. The last time I did one of these was 2019. Nothing's really happened since then, right? So, here's the vlog. First one back. We're talking about a pretty relevant subject, right? Women. And some men. And however you'd like to identify. We collectively have to stop dating boys. We gotta stop. We gotta stop. I mean, guys, I'll address you first here, guys. If you want a sneak peek into what women talk about when you're not around, we talk about how much you, yes, you, need to go to therapy. Women talk about therapy a lot. And our conversations sound like, maybe therapy might help? My therapist said, oh yeah, when I was in therapy. But I'm not sure that any therapy-related phrase is more often uttered than, that man needs therapy. Now, this isn't entirely your fault, guys, right? You've been brought up in a society that discourages men from seeking help. It's a society that says that you, as a man, have to shove your feelings and problems down so deep that you're unable to even express them. It's a society that discourages you from opening up. It's not your fault they have to deal with this, but it is your responsibility. There's this George Carlin quote that I love. It's like my favorite. It sums everything up. He says, women are crazy. Men are stupid. And the main reason women are crazy is that men are stupid. Now, am I going to argue with this quote? No. No, I will not argue one bit. But for the purposes of this conversation, I think I'd tailor it a bit to say, women are in therapy. Men need to be in therapy. And one of the reasons why women are in therapy is that men need to be. Like, my therapist, see, here we go, girl talk. My therapist, one of the biggest things that she helped me do was to learn how to take accountability for my actions, right? It's something that I had issues with as a kid. And it's something that gave me even a fair bit of headaches as an adult. But anyone who's ever been on the receiving end of one of my admissions of guilt knows that it's something I do so often that it even has its own catchphrase and gesture associated with it. I always go, I'll admit it. Hand up, I was wrong. Right? Hand up, I was wrong. Hand up, I was wrong. I apologize like it's going out of style. Right? Except eventually, admitting you're wrong does go out of style. Like apologizing when you're not actually wrong. And women do this all the time, right? Because the same way that men are conditioned to keep all of their feelings bottled up until they die, right? Women are taught to take up as little space as possible. And the easiest way to do this is by apologizing. Because think about what an apology truly is, right? It's the closest possible thing that we have to a retraction, right? It's the closest thing that we have to being able to put all the toothpaste back in the tube. Right, the closest we'll ever get to a do-over. And ladies, especially ladies who are out here doing the work in therapy, we give these out like hotcakes, especially to boys. Boys, yes, I said it, boys. I don't mean minors. I mean adults whose maturity has not evolved since childhood. They are physically men, but they are emotionally boys. Like one time, I apologized to a boy because he didn't like that I had to plan ahead. Like as if I have nothing better to do than to sit on my ass and wait for him to text me to see if I want to hang out. Right? I apologized for that. One time I apologized to a boy because he got mad that I mentioned something that he brought up in a conversation earlier. Like one time I apologized to a boy because he thought it was too intrusive that I wanted to better understand something he just said. Like, I I apologize more than once for all of these things too. To multiple boys, ranging from ages like 25 to 35. And so I'm here to say, ladies, quit it. Stop. Knock it off. Right? Apology is our natural reaction to when we think we've hurt someone. But do we ever actually think about what we're apologizing for? Like, apologies are not meant to be made for someone else's comfort. Apologies are made as an attempt to rectify something that you did wrong. If you're apologizing, not because you think you did something wrong, but because you were caught off guard by the other person's reaction, you're not apologizing, you're appeasing. And appeasing has its own set of problems. Apologies should be made for the benefit of both parties. Like, you get to admit you were wrong, they feel cared about because you acknowledged your wrongdoing, and it's warm and fuzzy, and it can help build relationships. But appeasing, however, is one-sided. So me apologizing for trying to plan ahead does nothing for me. I'm just trying to soothe the overgrown baby on the other end of this exchange. And that doesn't build relationships, it builds resentment. And these boys will engage in all sorts of mental gymnastics to convince themselves that they were right. So when they hurl names at you, or they try to put labels on you like bossy or bitchy or too much or overthinker, type A, high strung, whatever, what they're really saying is, I'm not an adult. Right? Because adults can recognize that sometimes they do the wrong thing. Adults listen. Adults can disagree without resorting to name calling. Adults don't shut down conversations and say, I don't owe you anything. So let's stop wasting our time with boys, no matter how old they are. Like the rest of this heinous shit, let's leave boys in 2020, huh? Men only, 2021. That's it.